HIP 87621. It's a system that has dominated Elite Dangerous lore for the past few months. It began back in August of 3311 with an announcement from exobiologist Professor Frank Radix appealing to the community to help find one of his missing students, Terri Tora. Forgetting that the missing student's name is so close to being an anagram of territory, pilots across the galaxy took part in various activities that ultimately resulted in the discovery of a permit lock around a seemingly nondescript star system. It was like finding a locked door in the middle of the forest. But who owned it? Why was it here? And Terri Tora, was she alive behind it? And that, my friends, is where the mystery stopped. For months, speculation swelled over the mystery of HIP 87621. What secrets were being held behind the mysterious permit lock? As time marched on, initiatives by Zachary Rackham and others eventually led to the discovery that the October Consortium were the permit owners. Although Lexi October and her organization were quick to disavow any connection to the permit lock, mounting social, political, and economic pressure eventually led the consortium to admit that they were studying something in the system and that the permit lock was necessary to preserve the scientific integrity of whatever lie beyond. Soon the area of space around HIP 87621 was filled with megaships representing every superpower and minor power in the galaxy. New starports were hastily deployed, and it seemed that every form of pressure possible was being exerted upon the October Consortium. After holding out as long as possible, the Consortium finally agreed to remove the permit lock and allow the Pilots Federation to send commanders to investigate. So on November 13th, at 1600 in-game time, the permit lock dropped. I charged my FSD, and the hyperspace portal opened. There was a brilliant flash of light, and my ship emerged from hyperspace, facing a black adder and game crash. No, seriously, the servers became unstable and many of us experienced game-breaking latency that delayed our entry into the system. After a slight delay, the secrets of HIP 87621 began to take shape. A series of Odyssey POIs had appeared in the system labeled as biologic sites. Approach to the sites revealed an eerie blue glow. This is the same haze that was previously observed over certain Thargoid sites, although this haze has a distinctive blue hue about it. While it has not been confirmed that these sites are in any way related to the Guardians, the color palette they exhibit is strikingly similar to the glow given off by Guardian technology. Despite growing skepticism that the search for Terri Tora would yield any fruit, pilots discovered immense glowing forests scattered across the star system. They're unlike any flora seen in the galaxy to date. Stretching nearly 50 meters into the sky, these massive trees are the first truly active flora ever discovered. At the top of the trees are a series of pods. These pods appear to open randomly and expel some form of gas. The tree itself makes an unsettling rumbling sound, almost like a growl, before expelling this unknown gas into the atmosphere. More unsettling is that the sounds being emitted by the trees before the spores are ejected is nearly identical to the spore pods observed at Thargoid spire sites during the war. Pilots had discovered Radicoida unica. The Vistagenomics Codex indicates that the Radicoida appear to be connected through an extensive root system that stretches well into the planet's surface. This makes sense considering that after some research, I found that Radicoida unica roughly translates to the phrase one root. Despite being spread out across many hundreds of thousands of kilometers, these unique forests are somehow connected to one another, and that might be what fascinated Terri Tora and the October Consortium the most. I have an uneasy feeling about these forests, as in I'm not entirely convinced that they're a naturally occurring phenomenon. If they were, why have we not encountered them in other star systems before? And why is HIP 87621 so much different from earlier universal cartographic scans? Has some celestial architect with powers beyond our comprehension retooled the system for their own purpose? With the permit lock now lowered and commanders exposed to the gaseous spores emanating from the trees, I believe that we might see more of these forests begin to appear in other parts of the galaxy. But what about Terri Tora? Commanders wasted no time exploring her discovery, but what about the researcher herself? Apparently, the mystery continues as a crashed Sidewinder was discovered on HIP 87621-2 Alpha. The smoldering remains of the ship possesses a log that sheds more light on the missing woman's fate. According to the logs, the October Consortium has known about these life forms for a long time, and has kept them hidden from the rest of humanity. Her discovery prompted a response from the consortium, and the last message indicates that she was traveling to a nearby forest to collect samples while being pursued. We don't know if she managed to collect samples and provide them to Professor Radix, and if she did, what difference those samples contain from the ones currently being collected by Pilots Federation members. No trace of Terri Tora remains, except her destroyed ship. Was she taken by the October Consortium? And if so, what do they want with her? It seems strange to me that the Consortium has no concern that evidence of a murder appears to be forming in the system they own and has become one of the most visited systems in recent times. We don't know much about the forests, and perhaps time and research will reveal more about them. At the time of this video, Vista Genomics has tasked pilots with collecting samples from the forest to help further our understanding. As for Terri Tora, there's not much left to go on in the search for the missing exobiologist. System authorities and specialized teams will need to engage with the October Consortium to ascertain her fate. In the meantime, commanders continue to scan, photograph, and explore the new alien flora in hopes of being the first to unlock their mysteries. The immense forests are not the Thargoid zombies or cannibalistic Venus flytraps that were sensationally expected, but they are something truly alien. And perhaps with time, they'll share their secrets. Perhaps we're on the cusp of revelation that will lead us into an epic, galaxy-spanning storyline like the Second Thargoid War. Whatever it is, the Elite Dangerous Galaxy certainly changed forever on 13 November 3311. If you enjoy the content I create on this channel, then be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure notifications are turned on so that you don't miss any of my Elite Dangerous content. You'll find links in the description for Discord, Patreon, merch, and more. Until next time, I'm Commander Exorcist. Take care, fly safe, and I'll see you out there.